Chelsea, thank you so much for joining me. Obviously, founder of the Divine Rooms, wellness and everything spiritual and tarot and candles. Explain all. What is it and what do you do?
So the Divine Room I created this year. It was actually the 1st of January that I started the Divine Room. And I do tarot readings, I do pendulum readings. Friday just gone, we launched candle rituals as well. So the Divine Room is all about people aligning in with their higher selves and also getting the dream life that they always dream about, they always want, and removing any blockages that may be in their way, or just sort of helping people get to their dream life and help manifest that.
And since January, do you find that you have sort of set up quite a precedence within the community of people who are interested in tarot and spirituality? And do you find that you've almost embedded yourself within their lives as a bit of an integral part?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize, especially like locally, how many people were interested in tarot, in spirituality. I've always had quite a close practice. I've always done it for just family and friends. So then when I launched the Divine Room this year, it was quite interesting to see how many people, not just locally, but actually like nationwide, actually was interested, because I'd met a lot of friends on my witchy journey. I've got lots of witchy friends that sort of live all over the country. But to actually see that many people sort of go from zero to hundreds of people was just incredible.
Absolutely. And do you just do them on Zoom or do you do them in person as well? What's the setup for the business?
Yeah, so I predominantly do them over online. So either normally it's Google Meet is what I use. It just makes it a little bit easier for everyone, because I know nowadays everyone's so busy. Like, everyone wants to have a reading, or they want to have a ritual done, or whatever, a pendulum reading, whatever it is, everyone wants to have one done, but people don't have time to come to you, like to come and travel. Don't get me wrong, some of my clients, they're like, no, I want to get out of the house and I want to come do a face-to-face reading, which absolutely. But also I do readings for people. I've just recently done one from someone in Scotland, so it makes it a lot more accessible to do it online as well.
Absolutely. I think tarot, especially, is something that a lot of people are skeptical about. I know I was
Yeah.
until you got everything right in my tarot reading. now I come to you for everything. Um, but to anyone that is skeptical towards tarot or any of the other practices, how would you normally approach that with breaking down those stigmas and actually opening people's minds to it?
To be honest with you, it's everyone is entitled to their own opinions. If you're skeptical of it, that is absolutely fine. Lots of people are skeptical of it. What I would say would be to open your mind, maybe have a tarot reading done first. If
Mm.
you are completely closed off, that's also okay. Like, you don't have to accept tarot in your life if you don't want it. I mean, for me, it is a massive part of my life and it's a massive part of who I am. But if you are skeptical and you're unsure, have a tarot reading. Have the one done with someone that has lots of reviews and someone that you feel like you can trust. Like, always listen to your intuition. And see how that turns out
Yeah.
before being completely closed off to it. Have a tarot reading and see, and open your mind and see whether or not it is something you'd be interested in.
Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about tarot as a whole, and I think there are so many bad representations if you look in the media in years gone by of the scams and everything else that you would witness in these classic films. Of from my experience anyway, tarot is very different to how it's actually been portrayed in the media. So as someone that practices it, how would you describe it and the impacts that it can have on people's lives?
I think tarot is different for every single tarot read. I've been to, especially growing up and in my teenage years, I went to a lot of different tarot readers, and everyone does the practice differently. There's not one tarot reader I've been to that is the same as the other. And don't get me wrong, some tarot readers I went to were not as good as others, and vice versa. But that's not to say that they wasn't right in some of the things that they said. It just, I didn't feel that connection with them as much. But specifically for the Divine Room, we are all about sort of, as I said at the beginning, getting to your higher self, seeing what those blockages are. And if something comes up that may happen in the future, then obviously we'll tell you. If there's something specific that you want us to focus on, that's what we'll do. We always start with a general reading. So we always start with what's going on in the present and say, like, the energies that are around you currently, and then we move on to the future. What sort of blocks, what sort of advice that your spirit guides could give you as well.
Obviously, now you've moved into candle rituals. So candle rituals isn't something that I actually know too much about. What are they? What happens?
So candle ritual is basically what it says on a tin. It is a ritual done with a candle. Candles, there would be different coloured candles for different things. So for instance, if I wanted to do an abundance ritual, and I would use then a green candle. If I wanted to do something for self-love and confidence, I would use a pink candle. And it's about using herbs and using the energies around you to direct the energy into a certain way in order for that to grow.
Okay, so what do yours entail? And obviously you do them for other people, so what's the process?
Yeah. So what I would do, so there's three different levels of my candle rituals. So depending on which level you have, depends on what you receive. And what I mean by that is whether or not you get a tarot reading with it, you get a video with it, or you just get a photo. There's lots of different levels for what, but the whole basis is everyone will have a ritual done. And say, for instance, you would pick the abundance ritual. So that would entail with herbs. It would be anointing the candle as well. I would engrave it with your name, what it is that you specifically want, because a lot of people could say, oh, I just want abundance. Okay, but what does abundance mean to you? Because what abundance means to you could be very different to what it means to me.
Yep.
So we have a conversation before we even do the ritual, and we work out what it is that you really want. I would write it all down on a bit of paper. I'd go through the process of the ritual, obviously lighting it, sending energies that way. So for a specific person, it would have their name on it, it would have their date of birth, what it is that they want, and then we let that candle burn and we let those energies go out into the universe.
And in terms of sort of candle magic, which is essentially what it really is, I think that's become more and more common with people getting involved with. But at the same time, there are so many stereotypes around people actually practicing magic. Again, it comes down to stereotypical of what we have. There's so many stories about the Essex witch trials and about all of the witchcraft that was around Essex at that time. Do you find that there is still a stigma now? Do you find that it's something that you don't really talk to a lot of people about as a result? I mean, obviously this is going on radio, so you know a different story, but did you find there was a time in life where that stigma sort of hung over you?
Oh, absolutely. It still hangs over you now. Because like you'll speak to people, even people that I'm a bit close with, and they'll say, oh, I do candle rituals, and they're like, they're a bit skeptical and things. And in 100% honesty, before, I was always into tarot, so I knew tarot and I was never skeptical of tarot. When I started candle rituals, I was. And I done my first ever was actually an abundance ritual. And I didn't think anything of it. I'd done the ritual, left it, let it be. And within 2 weeks, I had all this money appear from nowhere. And I was like, what's just happened here? And it was actually doing it and understanding it was what made me believe. And so when I started doing them regularly, and it just became part of my practice, and people, even I was skeptical, you know, so it took for me to do it and for me to think, oh no, this actually works, like this is a thing. So yeah, and people will always think like, that's fairy tales, like that's nothing, but that's absolutely fine. Like each person's their own, but I do believe in it. I do believe that it's helped me massively, especially on my journey, and I just love it.
And actually, there are a lot of people that I know cling on to certain elements of what you do and the services that you provide as that sort of motivation and almost that self-belief. It kind of helps them keep going. So yeah, I feel like it's becoming more and more common for people to be relying on these kind of practices. Obviously, if people want to reach out to you, it's social medias. Are you on all of them, or is it just Instagram that you're on?
So I am on Instagram and I am on TikTok as well. So it is the Divine Room Wellness on Instagram and it's the Divine Room on TikTok.
And if anyone wants to reach out to you, just pop you a message and you'll be in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. All my bookings are done through DM. So if you are curious about reading or want to know more about it before even booking one, my DMs are always open. So just send me a message.
Perfect. Thank you.